Hello everyone. Hello Rajesh.
Hi, how are you, Tanisha?
Yes, I'm good. How about you? How are you doing?
Second. So I believe tournament is going to be exciting.
Yes.
We shall have a look at the participants in a short while. And who do you think is going to be? How exciting are you for this tournament, Tanisha?
Yeah, I'm super excited for this tournament. We have so many coaches and so many titled players here. So this is going to be very exciting for all everyone for.
True, true. So, well, I think, can you please tell us in brief about the format, about the teams, perhaps? I think it'll be quite exciting for the viewers to know about the teams. So,
Yeah, we do have like so many teams. We have, team Check and Chill, whose captain is actually Bhavna Sharma with 9 chess players, and then we have team Crown Conquerors. That's the captain is actually Abhishek Manyar. So I'm totally rooting for them also. Yeah, and we have other teams as well, like Team Killer Knights and then Team The Nightmares. So I'm like very much excited. So many players, and soon the GM Srinath Narayanan sir will also be joining us. So I'm very excited for that. Anyone, let the game begin. Yes, definitely. And then the Shubh Raj Singh, Halda, that is like Pondemics. Yeah, like that's a very good name, isn't it?
And all the viewers. I think my team is participating, and I'm here to just make the stream more fun with you guys. So let us go. Let us just go at the time. And yes, I think we have a guest coming in soon. Tanisha, can you guess who is going to join us today?
Yes, definitely. So, none other than India's 46th chess grandmaster, GM Srinath Narayanan, is going to join us soon.
Amazing. So put your hands together for none other than Grandmaster Srinath Narayanan.
Hi.
Hello, sir.
Hey everyone. What's up?
Good.
Hi Abhishek. Hi Tanisha.
Hi, I'm just really excited and figured out and fired up for this exciting battle which is going to take place. My team is looking really prepared, and I have some title players joining in too. So let us just quickly take a look at the participants who are going to come in. Just they are just coming in, and three, two, one, and here we go. So yes, we have I think a lot of players here if you see. So yeah, in Team Pandemic we have Evil Genius. Can you guys guess the name who he is?
I know it, but I want sir to guess it.
Wow, yes, I think he must be familiar with Evil Genius.
Yeah, Evil Genius is none other than our head coach, Siddhant.
Yes. So we have many. I think this team belongs to the coach Raj Patel. He's the one, and then we have the team Killer Knights here, and we also see some some very strong players here. 2000, I see a Magnus, 1976, and yeah, many more, Prathamesh, and many more are there. Then we have the team Check and Chill. Wow, Tanisha, what your take? What is your take on this team?
What I see is that whoever is the captain or whoever is the, just deciding the names of the team has done a great job because that's so good. It's like pandemic. It's like a pandemic. Like, they are going to make a pandemic over the board.
Yes. That's true. Then we have some more teams. The team Nightmares. I think
Nightmares,
they're going to give us some real nightmares. We never know. And their
for sure.
opponents. Oh my god. I'm really excited. Then we have the team Brains Blitz Warriors, where we have again some coach Akash and Satyam. I think these are well renowned coaches and they do not need any introduction from our side, right?
Right.
Then we have the
And
team
what is the
Aegis.
format like?
The format is a 3+0 arena, and it is going to be a Blitz format. So the team Aegis 64 belongs to, if I'm not mistaken, it belongs to Coach Jairus, another very strong coach and a very strong player too. Then we have the team Crown Conquerors. I think the tournament has already begun.
Yes.
So
Wow.
whose game should we feature first? Just pick up a random, I think, team name and we can just get started right away.
I see there's already a result in one of the games.
Yes, I
One of the
think
teams has
they
2
did not
points.
made a move in the first 30 seconds. Seems like. Okay, let us feature the featured game. I think Coach Sai, she's a women FIDE master. She's taking on Strategica Maze. What is your take on this positions?
It seems a little better for black at the moment because the bishop on c1, the rook on e1 is still not into the game. Black has
Oh,
more
yes,
pieces
you're
out
right.
into the game. But if white manages to bring them out, which she's trying to do in the next couple of moves, then white will try to consolidate, but black will still keep a little bit of advantage with rook f d8, which is a very nice move, keeping control of the d file and not allowing white to bring the rooks into the game.
That is quite true actually, and yeah, I mean the position seems good for the black right now. If we see,
Yeah, it seems a little better for black, and white is playing a little bit of catch up, but she's doing it really well with bishop e2. The idea being rook d1, trying to trade pieces down on the d file. Black upping the pressure with a5, trying to get that pawn to a4, creating concrete problems, and on the other side breaking with f5. So
yes,
black is increasing the pressure not just on the board but also on the time. Black has a significant time advantage over the last few moves.
yes, white has a centralized their knight trying to take on the rook, and apart from that, I mean, black's idea was pretty clear to bring this dark square bishop into the activity. Seems good. Seems good. I mean, this seems amazing. Tanisha, what would you do if you are playing white in this position?
Well, right now I think it is exchange down because there are like black has two rooks. So like now I
Yes.
think we need to be very careful for that. But as we know that we are playing a 3+0, so there is no increment. So that is even that gives so much of adrenaline rush that okay you don't have an increment and you have to play and play and play. So even a slight mistake will maybe worsen this position, I believe.
Certainly.
Yeah.
White seems to have brought back, I think, certain amount of things under control. The position has reached an opposite color bishop endgame, where black's bishops are stifled by their own pawn, and white actually chose to win a pawn. So white is the one who is a pawn up right now, and also holds some of the open files on the board.
Yes.
Although I don't quite agree with the decision of capturing the pawn, I think white would have kept more advantage if she didn't go for it.
Yes. Black is somehow trying to, get this battery into the life, and they're looking for a pure aggression, but I don't know how good is that going to be for them. They're trying really well.
Yeah, the problem. Oh, bishop c2. Bishop c2 is such a good move. What I was about to say is the problem for white is that knight on d4 cannot be touched by that bishop. But with knight f5, black played right into white's hands. And now if white trades all the pieces on f5, white has a massive chance of winning this game.
True. They have a clear pawn advantage, and this game is completely belonging to them.
And
Looks
34
good.
seconds might look small, but it's actually a lot of time online. I would say 34 seconds in this situation online is equal to about 50 seconds over the board, because you can play much faster online.
Yes. It's all about just pre-moving, right?
Yeah, about pre-moving and also anticipating. With mouse, you're always a bit faster than you are over the board, and also, yeah, the time also moves differently, I think.
True. I completely agree with you.
White is
And you
pawn
know,
but has only 18 seconds. Can you believe like black has only 1 minute left? And like the white has like, you have to play very fast. You can't even think, just click and then do it on the screen.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Now the situation looks very critical for white,
For
down to
white,
just
yes.
10 seconds, and black has equalized the material.
That's true. That's true.
With
So
8 seconds, I don't think white is going to make it out and
yes, I
survive.
think now it seems difficult, and just by just black can keep on giving those perpetuals and try to takes a bit of time from the white's king and white's clock, and it's not looking good for the white. I think they could have converted this.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And again, rook end games are often going to be tricky, right? You need a good precision and accuracy for achieving the win there.
Yeah, and now
Oh, some
white
random second
loses
they can run out. Yeah.
on as well.
That's milliseconds. Wow. 0.64 milliseconds, not even a second.
Checkmate
Oh
now.
my God, what a game! What a game! Let's head back and see the standings. So the team Pondemic is leading the leaderboard, and followed by the team Check and Chill. Oh, good. Let us take the next featured game. This is being played between the Stewart Burn playing from black and Lieutenant Chi Chi playing from white.
This also looks a bit better for white at the moment, to me, because white has this useful outside pass pawn on the e5, as opposed to the f5 pawn for black. And I think the knight is going to be a little more useful here, but already it's changing now. Black also has a protected pass pawn.
Faster. Yes. Bishop is trying to find the right activity in the position, and yeah, we never know.
Psychologically, it seems like black is the one trying to win here.
Yes. Tanisha,
Oh,
do
this
you
looks
prefer a knight or a
super
bishop?
dangerous.
I believe usually it says that in close positions knights are better, in open positions bishops are better, but this position is kind of mixed, I believe. So it's the white also has a passer right on c3, so
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
and white's
white is the
father is
one.
about to promote.
Yes, I
yeah,
think white is the one taking the lead now.
c6.
But these players are not only fighting their opponent, but the clock at the same time. So I think that will shape this overall game.
White should have taken the f3 pawn in the last move. Now white should take the f3 pawn. Oh no, that's
Oh my
Oh,
god, this is what happens when you have few seconds left on your clock. Oh, he just gave up
what is
his
taking
queen.
place?
Oh my god.
yeah. You didn't need to do that with either color.
Oh, white has won this game, and the time is the real MVP in this.
This is what we call do you see some comments on Instagram when there is a good position, so down there are some comments like this is absolute cinema. So it was. Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
this was an absolute cinema. And here, the next game is played between the Knights Nightmare from the team Pandemic and Omang from the team Nightmares taking on one another. Okay. The bishop is on the verge of getting trapped.
yeah. And somehow white seems to have. Oh, white has berserk in this game, which means he started with half the time as black. And in return, if white manages to draw or win, white gets more points than usual. So white has gone for the berserk, which is why white has significantly lower time than black in this position in this game so far.
We can also witness an opposite castle too.
Yes, an opposite castle, black is a pawn up at the beginning, and black has a very nice position actually. He can just come c4, c3 on the next two moves, open lines against the white's king. Uh, Goes for c4, c3, very good moves. B takes c3, and he can actually even just take with the queen. Now the white's king has been opened up. Seeing the b2 check would be, I think, the right way to continue. And after white responds, either by recapture or the king moves away, then black can calmly defend the e4 pawn with an f5.
Wow.
This is a
White
nice
is
trick
not
pawn
coming.
by white. Yeah, because he wants to use that pawn, the enemy pawn, as a shield against the white's king, since he doesn't have his own pawn. And this is a typical defensive technique, a very clever defensive technique, but it only buys time short term in the situation because black can force those lines open. Rook a8, very nice move. Rook c1 check coming on the next move. White tries to intercept it with queen to d4. Black should just move the queen away. Oh no!
No,
Queen to
trading down the
d4.
queens was a yeah. It was quite unexpected, right?
Yeah, it was quite unexpected and unnecessary. White's king was so vulnerable, but with the queens off now, this gives White such a breather. Black is still better. Black should have gone rook b2 on the previous move, attacking the e2 and f2 pawns together. He can still
Yes.
do that, and he goes for it.
Yes. And again, we are witnessing a rook end game, so it's the day of rook end games. Maybe just an anticipation.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of broken games.
True.
White is losing all his pawns. He's lost a couple of pawns in return for one pawn on the queen side, but the
Yes.
f4 and h4 pawn also look incredibly vulnerable. Rook to
Yes.
h3.
Yeah, rook h3 can be the way to begin. Let us see if the sacrifice that they have given is enough to compensate a victory to them. But yeah, I don't think I don't think if black will easily let that pawn promote again. Rook is keeping an eye on that pawn for sure. And yeah, let's see how that goes.
Yeah, but I didn't like the direction black has been moving in the last few moves. Instead of capturing the pawns, black got a bit defensive. And now
Yes.
white is hunting black's pawns. The king on oh no, again on the wrong direction. It goes away from the a pawn.
Yes,
And
this is not looking
this
good.
just helps advance the white king forward. And
7
now I
seconds,
think white is going to
and
win.
now it's almost an equal. Wow, white is now. I think now the white will try to trade the rooks and will try to promote the isolated pawn. Right?
But
I never thought that corner
oh,
pawn will get promoted as well. This is crazy.
oh my God.
Done.
Wait, what? Oh,
A
I mean
statement? No, it's not. It's
they
a
had
second.
microseconds in the clock. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh my God. No,
It's
when black ran out and white won anyways, as they were meant to win with the queen rook.
yeah.
But then
Right.
again, I see the time as the real MVP, and uh, I think this player is now going to be a bit more careful before berserking, I guess, after this game.
Yeah, but it worked.
It worked, yeah. It paid them. I think there were microseconds which played the game, and yeah. Okay. Now we are into the next game played between the Lieutenant Chichi again from Team Aegis 64, taking upon the coach Tush from the Team Nightmares. They are around 2000, and let's see how. I see this backward pawn on e6 can be a bit of problem. A backward pawn on a3 too.
Yeah, it can be a bit of problem. Allowing the knight to g6 was also not in
Yeah,
black's best interest.
true.
Deep in the enemy lines. I can already see there's a massive psychological undercurrent as well in each of the games. And one person is trying to play for a win regardless of how the position is in almost every game, and the other person somehow feels more intimidated. We saw that happen in the last game, where Black was completely winning for most part of the game, but towards the end, when time became low, it was actually White who was trying to win, even though White's position was bad. Here also, I can see White being a lot more confident. You can see that White is the one trying to dictate things. Queen E8 check being allowed by Black. So far, Black is
Isn't
not
backward is
losing.
awkward?
Yeah, yeah. But White is dictating the play, White is dictating the flow of events, and Black is in a purely defensive position. Yeah, that's a great idea. The knight can go to f4. I thought Black will not allow that, but Black did allow that. But White also did not take advantage of it. So right now, White is also a bit unsure of how to move forward and take advantage. Knight is a very nice defensive move. If yeah, now Black has a beautiful tactic, which Black misses unfortunately. If
Yes.
Black had taken the pawn on d4 on the previous move, that would have.
I said
Now again, White has the same tactic. If anyone's watching on the chat, White to play. What do you play as White here? White also misses the tactic.
Oh,
The coaches also need to do their homework sometimes.
oh my God, very big statement. I completely agree with you actually.
Now Black is up by a pawn, but White can still get compensation.
Abhishek, can you let us know like which for whom are you rooting as of now, other than your team? So you can't tell us about your team, okay?
Truly, I'll not be partial to anyone, but yeah, I'm looking to, again to Evil Genius. He's one of my great friends, and I'm rooting for his team on the Mech.
Perfect.
Yes. Whom are you rooting for, by the way?
Well, I was rooting for you, for your team.
I think your team is also participating, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, they are, but I told you, right? You have to root for someone other than your team. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Srinath sir, are you rooting for a particular team or any particular player, maybe?
So I don't know a lot of the players who are playing in again, except Siddhant and I think Coach Rajesh is also playing, right?
Yes,
Uh,
Coach Rajesh. I think he's a part of one of the teams, but I'm not sure about the team name, unfortunately.
So right now, not knowing a lot of people, I root for Siddhant, but let's see if I change my mind looking at the games.
Truly, truly. And here, White has finally resigned. Black has ended up being victorious.
Good game by Black.
Good game by the Black. Yes.
Black waited and then took their chances.
There is no way that the white can stop the mate.
Again,
It is going to
and
be on
when you
QXG.
look at their ratings also, right? Lieutenant was 2100, Dushan was around 2000. Still, he outperformed someone who had 100 more elo at their level. So yeah, it's a commendable
Yeah,
thing again.
absolutely.
Oh, Evil Genius is taking on Strategic Mace. I don't want to miss this game at any cost. So Evil Genius playing Black, uh, Strategica Mace. They are playing White. Check and Chill taking on the Pandemic. What is your take on this position?
A little bit better for White, but I see Evil Genius playing super fast, and it's not so easy to prove that advantage as White because White has a slightly better pawn structure, but on the other hand, White does not have a clear way forward. Interesting situation, good move by White, rook into d8. The rook enters the opposition line, and he'll try to capture the b7 pawn, I think, with rook b7, rook b7. And Black, on the other hand, has a choice. Either he can defend passively with rook e7, he goes the other way, rook a1. Again, White also has a choice. He can either do rook d2 or rook d7. But he chooses rook d7 because after rook into b7, White's pawn structure is going to be even better. On the king side, Black has a double pawn, and on the queen side, White's pawns are connected, the b3 and c4 pawn, whereas black's pawn c6 and a7 are disconnected. So there is certainly a bit of an advantage, but black's argument is that he's going to trade all the pawns. And with those last two moves, with rook into b3 check, black, I think, is actually close to winning one of the pawns, the f2 pawn. He attacks the c4 pawn. If white defends with king d4, then black will go after the f2 pawn. White probably wants to give up the f2 pawn, or he defends it with rook a2, and then he will just go after the c6 pawn. So with these last couple of moves, white has taken a big advantage. Now f4 would be a very strong move, trapping the f5 rook. He doesn't play it. If
Oh,
white had
F5,
played,
yeah. F5 was a strong move here, right?
yeah. He goes for it now, but the difference is the black rook can escape from rook a5. Whereas in the previous position, the rook would have been trapped shut
Yes,
with the rook on a2.
truly. Yeah, I think that
Now,
is making a lot of difference.
it makes a massive difference. Now the black king also has a rook, king f5, king g4, attacking that g3 pawn. So f4, which was a brilliant move, the previous move, is actually a bad move here. And I think black is winning with this. So rook into e3, king into e3, king g4, king f2. He has to go king h3, and after king f3, f5 should win, I think.
Yes, F5 is, I think, a move which will close the corridor for the white king, right?
Yeah. Most importantly, it loses a move. So king f3, this position, if it's white to play, white can draw by playing f5 himself. But since it's black to move,
Oh,
after f5, the move goes to white. It's an opposition. White loses the opposition. He has to move the king to f2. Black king comes to h2. Now, if the king goes to f3, the black king comes from behind with king g1 and forces white to give up the g2 square. So the next move, he has to give up the pawn, and black will take the f pawn, because if he takes with the h pawn, that can still lose the game, giving white an h passer. So he takes with the f pawn. Oh!
what?
Oh
What?
my god, he fell into that one.
Oh my God. I think, yeah,
I
strategy
think he
companies,
just
I think, showing some
overconfident for a second.
real endgame skills. Yeah, unexpected actually. I think Siddhant sir was doing just phenomenal, and suddenly this, I think this blow is going to give a shock to the team pandemic, if I'm not mistaken, for the game. That was quite unexpected,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, totally. He had seized the moment. He had played brilliantly. He was playing fast, and then at that point, he could have done anything except f5, and the position would be winning.
Yes. Now the featured game is Akash playing from Brains Blitz Warrior, taking on Arvind playing from Team Stormbreakers, and we are again witnessing a rook endgame. Is this a game? Is this a day of rook endgames only? I'm really wondering.
Certainly seems so.
So which party seems better?
White seems a little bit better. White has an extra pawn, but it's tricky because those pawns are a bit disconnected, and black is not letting those pawns advance so easily. White probably needs to give a b6 check. Yeah, okay. Now black has made a mistake with rook d3. Rook heads on check pushes the king backward. b6 next. Yeah, king to d6, giving the threat of a checkmate, forcing black king to move this side. And now b7 check, but then king b8.
King
So
b8 is
white goes for d5 at the moment. Black gets a counterplay, but that pawn can be easily stopped with rook f7. And in the meanwhile, it's still a little bit tricky for white on how to advance the d pawn. But now after f2, this is a big advantage for white. White should be able to win this. d6, yes, and king c6 on the next move. So white has this one on the back, in the back.
I think any move should work fine now.
Easiest way now is rook a7 and b7.
Okay.
Rook
Yes.
c7 check. Still, okay, this also the rook goes to a7, but the king is on b8 right now, so you cannot
Okay.
play b7 yet. You need to probably move the rook back, and then
Wait, is b7 playable followed by rook a8?
unfortunately he loses the rook at this point. So
Oh,
rook a1 first,
oh,
and
okay, okay,
now
okay.
b7.
True, true, true. The pawn won't be supporting the rook anymore. That's correct.
Yeah,
Oh,
Akash.
are they still preparing that?
Yep.
Just a tactical blow which can come in.
Yeah, I think leading right up to checkmate.
It's mate. It's mate
Oh,
now.
it's the game is already over. Yes, it leads to a direct mate. And
Yeah,
we often say, the quiet moves, the concept of quiet moves. I think this is a very good game that even kids can learn through, right?
absolutely. I think you can learn from a lot of these games, even the faster ones, even the ones with the blitz and rapid. There are so many small patterns which are very very helpful to learn.
So
Arvind goes for the next game against Killer Gaurav, fresh from his victory,
uh, Gaurav is
and
from my team,
good
the
position.
Crown Conquerors. Let's see. He's an AIM, by the way. Let's see if he can play on his strength. So yesterday we
Actually,
had.
Black missed a trick in the previous move. He should have taken knight into d4.
Oh, yes. I think that was a very good move, followed by some tactics down the road.
Yes, absolutely. Black missed that little trick, and now White has, I think, a slightly better position because in these types of positions, White tends to have more space for his
Yes.
pieces because Black struggles to create these pawn breaks with either b5 or b5.
Yes. Okay, I think the knight is going to then go here, maybe rerouting itself. Okay.
Yeah,
Black is trying to keep the position locked, and because of this, the battery won't be that much effective in such position. But the knights can play some big role here, I guess.
Black has blundered.
Yes, I just said that the knights are going to be a nightmare.
Absolutely. The knight was a nightmare, and
That is
White
quite
is
true.
playing very confidently in this game.
Yes. So yesterday, we had this practice tournament with our teammates, and I think he won like all the 5 games. He's the strongest player we had in our team right now.
Oh wow,
So
that's
yeah,
impressive.
so yeah.
He doesn't have the highest rating though, yeah?
No, I mean the killer Gaurav. Yeah,
Ah, Killer Gaurav. Okay.
yes,
Okay, this allows Black some counter chances. Black should play c3.
yes.
I think he was worried about queen into c6. I understand, yeah. Queen into c6 and d7 was coming in.
But do you generally prefer storming on the king side, or white should be more towards storming on the queen side in such positions?
So
In
since
most
White
games.
has an extra exchange at this point, he should prioritize his king safety, I think. Queen c7 feels a bit off to me. I would have kept that knight. I would have played knight f5. Now it becomes easier for white, a lot easier for white.
Yes.
The rook is clearly superior to that bishop, whereas with a knight on f5, black would have tried for some counter chances.
Also, now the castle is being challenged, so black's king safety is going to be under the threat.
Absolutely. But the game is still not far, not quite over because the
Yeah.
white king is still unsafe. So as long as the black queen exists on the board, white is always going to be a
Ooh,
bit careful.
locking the position. Would you suggest this, or would you prefer capturing?
I would have preferred capturing,
Yeah.
especially in the middle game.
I
With the
mean, these
queens
pawns
on,
are going to. Yeah.
yeah, no, with the queens on, what I was saying is bishop and queen can now combine to create some nasty threats, and it's not so easy for white to liquidate and go into a queen trade.
Maybe they were trying some sort of some mating net or something, but then again, their own king safeties also they need to watch out for.
Yeah, and now he's blended the a2 pawn,
Yeah.
so white is no longer so comprehensively winning as he was.
Also, black has this silent passer along the a file, which can turn the things upside down if black will not find some counterplay or some immediate checks in the position.
White needs to play Queen d5, and he has played that. I was
Yes.
just going to say that Queen d5 a very strong move, winning the bishop because Queen into f7 is catastrophic for
Oh,
black.
this is not looking good for black at all. I think this is the break point for this game. I believe.
Yeah, he missed Queen d5. If he
White
had blocked that, if he had played something like Queen b5 on the previous move, it
e5.
would have been
Yeah.
game on. Now
Bishop
he
e.
plays it a move too late,
Oh.
which sometimes people do if the
Yes.
opponent had pre-mode or something. But
Yeah, the game is over, and Arvind getting a strong victory for Team Stormbreakers, improving their position on the leaderboard. Again, you see the Siddhant Sir's team is leading completely. They're having 92 points, and then Team Nightmares is having 91. I think these guys are going to have a tough competition between one another.
yeah, and Coach Dush leading from the front for the Nightmares with
Yes.
24 points, which is amongst the highest points scored by anyone so far. I think the second best is Arvind with 20 points, who we saw win 2 games in a row. And they are the ones playing against each other. Arvind plays playing against Coach Dush right now.
True, true, true. Okay, let us see the next game. Okay, Dush is now taking on Arvind. Okay.
Yeah, and Arvind, I think, full of confidence, 2 back-to-back victories against 2 very high-rated players, runs into the player who is the highest point so far in the arena, Coach Lush, and whose team is also right up there on the leaderboard. So far, Black has done quite well, I think, in terms of strategy. White's pawns are a little bit weaker, and now Black wins the pawn. He not just wins the e3 pawn, but the d4 pawn is also hanging for life, and he takes the d4 pawn as well. Now the e5 pawn is hanging for dear life, so Black might even win a third pawn pretty soon.
The knight is dancing like on the chessboard and punching all the white pawn. And it's like
Yeah.
sitting on a very beautiful square. It's on d4 and controlling all the squares for white and continuously attacking both the rooks.
Actually, knight b3, I was not sure. He could have, I think, played rook b1, trying to trap that
Was
knight.
there a chance of knight captures before?
That was possible, yeah. Knight capture. So there's, I think, a couple of blunders. Knight b4 would have won an exchange.
Now both the rooks, it's like fogged, I guess. Oh, he could have played b4, I believe.
Yeah.
Right? That was a better move.
Yes. Oh,
Knight d4 now, which has been
yes,
played
knight
by
d4
black.
coming in.
Now it's done. What it was supposed to be done in last 5 moves. Now it's done.
Also, black is now going to fearlessly march their passer, and I think the game seems pretty much under their control. It doesn't really matter what white gets now, but a couple of here and there, and the game is already off the game. Just promote.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's done, I guess. It's quite over right now.
That was a very
I
confident
think
win.
black can go on a8.
Is there
No,
possibility?
that would allow rook b8 check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
What a move.
Wait, what? I mean, black is better. Black is better. 2 rooks are better than 1 queen, but we never know. We never know. A queen is a queen of
twist.
direct perpetuals, and if the king safely got compromised at any point.
I had almost tuned off the game, thinking black's going to win this one.
Yes.
Oh, now he's lost.
What? He had a
Blundered.
lot of time. Arvind blundered, and Coach Dush taking their 3rd victory in a row on a hat trick. They got their hat trick.
Nightmares showing nightmares for real.
Yes, that's true. Let's head to the next game. So we have Coach Entika from the team Pandemic taking on a quiet move from Check and Chill. Okay.
Again, there was a little tactic knight into e5, which is there for black
Yes,
for a couple of moves.
I've seen
But
this like this puzzle in the Russian positions. In Russian books, I've seen that these they have. I've seen it somewhere in some book. I remember.
yeah, tactics is a very, very important component in Blitz. Because in classical, we generally have time to find it, but in Blitz, being able to spot these things in 1 second. Now it looks very dangerous on the king side. Some bishop into h7 looks super tempting, which
True.
the queen goes unfortunately to the other direction, trying to win a pawn on b5. But the king side is so undefended that he could have
Yes.
gone for something more.
Yeah, I think White would have opted an attack on the king side. And again, as you said, I certainly believe Blitz is more about intuition and pattern recognition, which comes with just practice and hard work, nothing else. I have just believed that.
Yeah, and it's an alarming situation for White, who went after the pawns on the queen side, but the queen has no way back. The queen's escape is completely shut. Every square of the queen is guarded by the black pieces, and it seems like White has to at least sacrifice a pawn to get that queen out. White
I
had to pay
certainly,
a ransom.
yes. I mean, the position now looks better for, again, White, that outpost with the knight. If somehow this queen can be rerouted to the king side, I think White can still create a play. On the other hand, White has this option of then playing f5, f4 at some point, trying to challenge this pawn tree.
Yeah, but unfortunately, black has won a pawn, and white is too far away on the other side to be able to make an impact right now on the king side.
Black is trying to exchange now their backward pawn with a good pawn of black potentially. But yeah,
Now it's risky. Queen d5. Okay, queen d5. White had knight e3, so he was safe.
yeah.
But the bishop going to d5, that's a good move. I think the rook can come back all the way to a8. g6 is also a good move, creating a square for the back rank, the king
Yes,
for the king.
correct. The g6 is a
Now
good.
actually black can march forward. Yeah, queen g5, good move, attacking the c1 rook and the g2 pawn simultaneously. I think black is likely to win in the next 5 moves.
Yes. Black is playing a very good game. On the other hand, the piece activity is something that they had throughout the game, if we see.
Black just gained a piece, and now I think it's going to be very easy. Yeah, it's
And
just
the white
white
has
design.
resigned.
Yeah.
Okay. So a quiet move securing the victory for check and chill. Again, the pandemic remains unchallenged. The nightmares are trying to catch up. Check and chill are trying to catch up on them. We'll see where it ends. And now we head to the next game. Again, it's between the killer Gaurav and this time Arvind. Arvind is
The
playing from
rematch.
Breakers, sort of. Yes.
Wow. Sacrificing the exchange just as we tune in. Looks dangerous for white though, because black is actually the one on the attack, so the sacrifice doesn't quite.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I guess white is counting a lot on that e5 knight, which being on a dark square cannot be challenged by the light square bishop, the a6 bishop.
But then again, the only outpost isn't enough. It has to combine with other pieces of your team to, the pieces need to then coordinate with the outposted knight to, create some play. And I think that is something the white need to watch out for.
Absolutely. But the good thing for white is right now it prevents black from getting active on the play for some of the pieces. Oh, he's blinded.
Oh no,
A
black
skewer,
actually
we
did
just
very
see.
well.
I thought that the white was pushing the pawns to make the bishop a good one, but now he just did a
Now white should go bishop g5, not capture. Yeah, he goes for it.
Yeah, perfect. This looks because then the e7 rook is now going to be a free dinner for the white, right?
Yeah, and I think black might even resign. Black has
Yes. This is a total domination on the board, right?
absolutely
Okay.
A
bishop
counter
f1.
attack.
A
Counter attack.
last ditch attempt, but white can just capture the rook,
Yeah.
and queen
I
on
mean,
d2 still defends the g5 bishop.
yes. If the queen would have taken, there were chances of the checkmate, but yeah, now this is going to fall, and it's pretty much over for the black right now.
Yeah,
And now white is the one who's looking slightly more stronger with two extra pieces on the board. Some knight
absolutely.
check is incoming, I guess, here,
Yeah,
taking down the h6, and I think okay. Well, good spirit by the black here, not giving up and trying their best. I think that's also commendable.
absolutely.
Tanisha, what would you do in such position? Would you like just resign and like play a fresh game to like score more points for your team, or just play till the end and hope for something more?
It totally depends. Okay, if it's a casual game, I usually resign because I think that there's nothing that's gonna come out. But if I go and I play in tournaments and I know that is federated, I try my best. Sometimes the opponent they do stalemate as well. I love that. Not all the time, like it's the rarest of the case. But yeah, if they do stalemate, I'm more than happy for that.
Yeah, I think we saw Coach Siddhant literally do a stalemate right in front of us today.
Yes, that's true. And both are below 15 seconds right now. If we see, and again, white is going to easily secure this victory with the ladder checkmate, and yeah, I think Gaurav securing a win. So let's go to the next game, whichever. Oh, I would love to feature this game actually. Evil Genius is playing with the black pieces, taking on the WFM sign from my team actually. So they're playing from the white.
This is Sai Nirupama, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, Sai Nirupama was also, I think, a former national champion and one of the top players in our age group all through during her active professional days.
yes. Yeah, I'm quite grateful to have her in my team. So yeah,
Yeah, a very,
but
very
again,
strong.
you cannot underestimate Siddhant by any means. I mean, he's he, he's like someone who will not say, but he will show.
But right now, white is putting so much pressure on black, and it is looking tough for black at the moment. The knight on f6 is pinned. White's pieces are creating a lot of pressure on the king side. I would have taken with the pawn. I would have kept that knight, but she goes for a knight recapture, and I think white wins a piece now. Knight into c5. So she just
Yes.
simplifies. Yeah.
So I believe the queen captures the knight ng5 check is also coming.
Yeah, knight g5 check can also come, but after going to f6 now just she wins the rook. Queen into d3 and knight into e8.
Is there a chance of a checkmate here?
I doubt it.
Okay,
So she just captures the rook and black resigns.
okay. Good game by 10. Yeah. Again, if we see the leaderboard, okay. Okay, can we take a random game from this list? From the top games?
Sure.
Okay, Tanisha, can you take a random game from here? Like, can you
I
just
would
name it?
like to see the battle this chess youth is playing.
Yes,
a,
why not?
a very unique name.
But wherever we go, Crown Conquerors are not leaving our side. Again, this is the third game that my team is getting featured. So yeah, Chess Youth playing from the team the Killer Knights, and Gaurav again playing from Black. So let's see how this is shaping.
Catastrophic position for black. There was a fork on the previous move by the bishop, and
Yes.
now white could have taken the rook on e8, but chooses to win a pawn, so white is a couple of pawns up.
Yes, that's true.
I think white was a bit worried about the light squares, giving up the light square bishop. But queen into d6 is not quite helping black's quantum.
Hmm, correct.
I think black could have gone for more with queen h3.
Yes, queen h3 was a better move, using the light square weaknesses around the king and trying to build some game. Again, if somehow the knight could have got rerouted on f3, yeah, it would have been a good show.
Yeah.
It lost a pawn, I guess. Yeah.
I think, yes, I mean, white is looking slightly better because of this passer, but we need to see where it heads.
Yeah, he needs to find a way to keep it alive. So rook c1, I guess.
Rook c1, just keep your rook behind the passer and you are just backing it up throughout his journey. Why not? What is black looking to do now? That's another question going in my head.
I think bring the king. Bringing the king is a good idea. The king needs to stop the c pawns, while the rooks try and attack and get counterplay on the other side.
That's true. I certainly agree with that.
And if white manages to capture the c pawn, it will be a draw. Sorry, if black manages to capture the c pawn, it will
I
be a
mean,
draw.
can black just go for rook c2 right now to take on the c4 pawn later?
Black can, yeah, because not only does it create. So after rook c2, black cannot capture on c4 immediately, but black has this threat of rook into f2 check because the f1 rook was protecting the c1 rook.
Yes. Okay.
I think this should probably also be holdable for black. But now it's a bit risky because the thing is white might play something like f3 now, and even if black captures the c4 pawn, that pawn in game should be winning for white. So
Yeah,
black
white can just
not
simply
make
hunch
out.
on those weaknesses, right?
Exactly. Uh, so black cannot improve. Black has no move now, and white will keep advancing the c pawn if the black king moves. If the rook moves, then the white king will advance his king further. In chess, this is what we call as a zugzwang.
Zhuang. Yeah.
But rook a1 was, I think, unnecessary. Maybe this also wins, but I'm not really sure anymore. The pawn
Yes.
endgame should win, I think. This should also win.
Well, yeah. Looks like a winning endgame. Okay, white has intentionally tried creating a passer here.
Yeah, I think finally white is going to get this.
Yes.
Black king is too far away. So even in a classical game, black would find it difficult to save this.
But again, I think the time is something that I think Gaurav is fighting with, and and both are under the 10-second frame.
Yep. It's not quite been. Now he starts pre-moving every move. This gets tricky for white.
Yes.
And finally, white managed to.
The deserving candidate got the win. Yeah. White got a win, and here again, if we see, yes. So we
Let's
have
pick
this
that
team.
one.
Look at the lead of Team Pandemic. I mean, 161 points, and Knight's Nightmare not playing from the team, the Nightmares, but still they are. I mean, look at the lead right now. If you see the difference,
Yeah, it's a
between
massive lead.
it's a lead of like 20 points. Again, I know it's a team battle, but then they can even catch up. I'm not denying that, but for the time being, it looks quite favoring to the white here. For the
Absolutely.
team for Pandemic, I meant. Okay.
Absolutely, and it's a little more than halfway. We are done with the first 50 minutes, so just 40 minutes remains.
Yes.
So the amount of time to catch up becomes lesser and lesser.
Yes. Let's take this game played between Vivu Sir and Strategica Maze. One is playing from the team Killer Nightmares, and another one is playing from team Check and Chill. The rating gap is again of around 300 points, if I'm not mistaken. And what is your take on this position, by the way, again?
Black is really trying to checkmate White's king, but has not managed to find his way through. And in fact, I think White has uh, chances to counter attack if Black is not able to break through and deliver the checkmate. Rook d8 looks very good to me, and he's played
Keep
rook into
that-
d2.
I think Black is now having some lead here, if you see, because their pieces are now more active on the second rank, and maybe the pieces can coordinate to each other.
Yeah, rook into g2 is actually a threat now. Rook g into g2,
Yeah.
which would lead to checkmate.
Checkmate.
Black, yeah, and white allows it. So maybe black will show us how it's done.
Wow, I would love to see a sacrifice coming in this tournament. Why not?
That would be beautiful
It's
and
it's done. It's like sack the rook. It's like the bottom chest, definitely, right? Sack the rook.
Yes.
I think
Now
White
this
could have
checkmate is
saved it if it
inevitable.
would have pushed the f3 pawn, I believe. Is it possible, sir? Srinath sir, is it possible to save the game if you push the pawn? The queen is defending it, right? The g2.
Yeah, that would have bought some time, although black will then cover it with knight e4. But white could have, I think, gained more time by playing some queen check, queen c8 check to try and distract white. But what white wanted to go for was checkmate of his own. With a into b4, he was threatening rook a8 check. And it would have probably worked if black did not have this brilliant move rook g into g2. If
Yes.
black had played any other move, then white would have been the one to checkmate.
Yes. So they were just playing for the checkmate. Amazing again. Let's take a random game now from a random team. So we have 8 teams contesting from ages. Srinath sir, can you pick a random username from this list that we can feature?
Um, let's go for unpredictable oppose.
Oh yes, I can recall his name from the one of the last coaches tournament we streamed, right?
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't
So
quite recall, but yeah.
yeah, I think I'm able to recall maybe. So Apurva is playing with the white pieces from ages 64, taking on Experiment 19 from the team Nightmares.
And it doesn't look so good for white. Uh, White's misery seems a bit predictable at the moment.
That is quite true. Again, they have some good activity, but the dark square bishop is not at the best place. And the battery on the second rank is, I think, speaking a lot about this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And after a long think, white brings the knight back, but it is
I
the
wish if
b2.
Black would have had a bishop and some windmill show would have been also appreciated.
Yeah. White can create something though. He can play something like c4. He has a dark square bishop, which black does not have. So he can use that to try and create some counterplay, something c4, c5, bishop c3 check ideas. But it doesn't quite strike him because he also, I think, feels a bit hopeless about his position. So it's very important to have hope no matter what the situation is. Because when we don't have hope, even when the opportunities show up, we are generally not receptive to it. But when we have hope, opportunities usually do come, and then we will immediately spot these kind of chances. So it's always important to keep hope, keep fighting.
I think when
Here,
you don't have hope, it also reduces the confidence of a player. Is what I've observed being a coach and a player myself with my own
absolutely.
observation. Yes, I think
Done.
Just trolling.
yes. This is a troll, and victory goes to the black. No question for that. Okay, I hope they come back stronger. And again, the pandemic is just increasing their lead. between the first and second position. The team Nightmare can again, the team Nightmares can again try to catch up on the check and chill. There is a bit of possibility even for the Brains Bleeds Warriors. They can even catch up till the second position if they make their mind.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always hope,
Yes,
not just on in the game but also in the tournament.
truly, truly. I certainly agree with you. Let's go for the game of D bishops. I am unable to recall the name, but a very strong player in the past tournaments of Chessbrainz, taking from past couple of years, as far as I know. Uh, I don't know if it's Raman or someone, but yeah, they're playing from black. Piyush is playing white, and when we look at this position, we have opposite castles right now, and black is again looking a bit strong.
But Queen E3 is a very good move, diffusing Black's attack, and immediately clearing off the queen from the board. And this is favorable for White because White also has more material. He is a connected fast pawn, and all of these things become a lot more valuable with the queens off the board in the endgame.
Yes.
We do have some comments. I'm checking. No way, I resigned. Okay, so one of our, I believe,
Coach.
someone was trying to offer a draw and they just resigned.
Okay, I think this pressure is speaking more than the player.
Definitely.
Yeah, we are having
Everyone,
some
please
plans
root
for.
for your teams and players. Come on, team, check and chill. We are on check and chill. We are watching a game of Piyush and two bishops. Their rating is almost the same, I believe. So, like, also they have the same number of pieces left. We see the two rooks and one single bishop game. Although white pawns are like very much scattered over the chessboard,
Yeah,
But they can secure the victory because they are even passers. Connected passers.
D6 very strong move with the idea of D7 and Bishop C4 check also a threat.
now our d8 is coming or what? Okay, bishop.
The fork.
Okay.
Yes, speaks better. Oh, and here I think the D bishops have resigned. Piyush securing that important victory, and the Killer Knights are getting some more points from this game. When we go ahead, okay, let's take the featured game again. So Youth is playing from the team Killer Knights, taking on Swaz TP, playing from the team Nightmares. And when we
Oh,
look at
beautiful tactic incoming.
Yeah, you just saw, I guess. Bishop captures and then knight on NB3. Yeah,
Yes.
that was coming, the four.
Swaz goes for it. He is super motivated, full on berserk. He's played this game super fast, and he also has a significant advantage in material.
yes.
I don't know where the queen is going though. He gives it the e7 pawn for nothing in return, but white is too gracious to accept. But he's trying to attack in places where it's too well defended. So that's not really going to make much headway for black. On the other hand, white is preparing an invasion on the h file with rook h1. The idea is to take h into g6 and open the h file. So pretty smart play by white.
And White is not trading down the queens, knowing the fact that they are creating an attack on the king side.
Yeah, he eyes all those dark square weaknesses around black's king. And now black is trying to trade the queen. White again keeps rejecting. But there is the idea of e4 incoming, trapping the white bishop. Bishop e4?
Pinning.
Oh, bishop d5. It's even better, yeah.
My goodness. I think White is now clearly victorious here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Queen's gonna capture all the pieces.
But Suez is again only having 12 seconds in the clock, but I think that should be enough for them to convert this game. And Black resigned, just giving up the game. Yeah.
As we enter the last 30 minutes, Pandemic has reached 200. The first team to reach 200. Just double it.
Century.
Yep. And
Maybe
it's
it
such
seems
a
like
team effort.
yeah, it's a team effort. And again, you see, like they're the fans of Rohit Sharma, if I'm not mistaken, because he is the one who, like, 3 times scored that.
Yep.
Okay, I think Maze is the one who has got around 40 points of lead, which is again quite big.
Absolutely, and that has been, I think, the feature of Pandemic that although they are led by Evil Genius, who has 35, the next best player also has 34 points, and then the next best has 29 points. So they have so many players who have scored about 30, whereas the other teams they have had one extraordinary scorer who has scored a lot of points, but not many backing, not many quite right behind.
Yes, I think they need to work together as a team. Everyone needs to give their effort. Collective team effort can lead them somewhere to the trophy, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, let us feature then one of the games. Let's go for Team Brains Blitz Warriors. I would really love to feature myself basic. Maybe we haven't featured them, but they're still scoring one after the another game, so why not? Okay, they are not currently paired with anyone. I hope they get paired soon. Stormbreakers, we can go for them also. Tanisha, can you take a random username from this list for this team?
Yes, I think so. We can go with Ryan Sharma 08. You can go with them. Yeah.
Sure. Rayansh is playing from white. Black and Aryan is playing with the white pieces. Both have almost the same rating if we see, and we are witnessing a queen endgame here.
Yep, a queen endgame, and with just 10 seconds for both the players, it's going to be quite a showdown. The game's so close to a draw, but then the slightest blunder can change the game.
Oh,
Oh, this is so clever. Black. Black's king can catch the white pawn, whereas the white king cannot catch the black pawn, but he has to advance the pawn. Go for it. Yeah, and he goes for it, and he wins.
Yeah, I think what a conversion by Rayansh here. What what a what a forced trade of that queen, and knowing the fact that my pawn will queen up. So yeah, very good use of the rule of square. Yeah.
Absolutely. Queen e4 check was a brilliant move played in very short time.
Because then they're in the 10 seconds, and we can understand, when you're playing as a player, the pressure is different from we just casting, right? So the pressure, they have to like keep their hands ready, and again, the team is also expecting something from them because it's a team event, again, not an individual one. So I think that all adds up together. And the one who, I think the one who knows how to deal with pressure and stress, I think they end up being more victorious, is what I've observed.
Absolutely.
Srinath sir, can you take a random username from this list that we might not have featured till now?
Let's go for Manoj.
Manoj, yes. So Manoj is playing with the white pieces, taking on Shubh. Shubh is also a very good coach. Let's see the play as well today. He's playing from black.
Unfortunately, not the best moment for Manoj in this tournament. Probably he's down a queen, and he's also black is also moving to a checkmate pretty soon.
Again, if you see their rating, maybe there can be a lot of reasons. Here we see, I think the strength was slightly different, but yeah, a good game by both of them.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. So to all our viewers, I'm very sure you must be knowing who is Grandmaster Srinath Narayanan. But Tanisha, can you please share a bit of achievements that Sir has made during their journey?
like he is, like at India's 46th chess grandmaster, and not only that, like he is actually a former coach to like prodigies and the grandmaster like Nihal Sareen, Arjun Erigaisi, and the female, the women grandmaster Divya Deshmukh as well. So
He was the coach of the Olympiad team in 2024. He was the one who directed the team, and we are really blessed and grateful to have him today.
Thank you. Thank you guys for such a kind introduction.
sir, are we, Srinath sir, are we, like me and Abhishek, are we going to get a coaching from you?
Oh yeah, sure. Absolutely. We do have a monthly coaches session usually, which has I think not happened for a couple of months due to some personal engagements on my side, but we'll certainly have more of those sessions coming forward.
Yes, I think you have did the castle in the real life too, and we congratulate you from the side of Chessbrainz for that.
Thank you.
All right, let's see where we are up to. Yeah, I would like to feature this game of Rahul versus Saraswati, the WFM sign. So Rahul is playing with the white spaces, Saraswati playing black.
Yeah, and the position is not that straightforward. Initially, it seems dangerous for white, the A and B pawns, but on the other hand, they are held together well. And what I noticed is Saraswati takes her time to make her moves. She needs to move in about 1 or 2 seconds on average per move in these situations, but she takes about 3 seconds per move on average, which when she's low on time can be tricky for her.
True. I mean, I certainly believe Blitz is more about just making the some good moves and not just blundering and just keep going. You cannot bring the accuracy of a
Absolutely.
classical game into a Blitz. That won't be justifying for the Blitz itself, right? Even the bullet. Yeah. Okay, where is this game heading right now? Is White doing better?
I don't think so, but White is trying. But White has taken too much time, and now the queens are getting traded. So in terms of
Oh, Rahul is
positional
having
impact,
he ran out the clock. Oh, I think time is the real MVP again.
yep.
Wow. We are now in the last 20 minutes of the tournament, and again, some things seems pretty clear. There are some teams who are not going to make out, like Storm Breakers. It has been a tough time for those guys. The team Crown Warriors, 129, AG64. Good names, but I think, yeah, they need to work a bit more if they want to come back. The Night Word, is I think a lucky one, maybe,
Absolutely.
because they are on the
I
third
see
and fourth
Check
position.
and Chill making a march towards trying to cover the deficit though. I saw someone just scored 5 points. So someone is berserking and is also on a streak. And I think it should be Strategica Mace, uh, who right
Yes,
now is having the streak and
yes,
is
you're
just
right.
one short of 50.
Oh, he's on his half century. Yes.
So he's turning on the berserk and
And just look at his,
another win.
yeah, just look at his, he hasn't lost a single game till now, right? The win rate is just phenomenal, 93%.
Absolutely. 14 wins out of 15 and one draw. Sorry, 13 wins out of 14 and one draw.
Strategic amaze. Let's take their game. It's worth
Sure.
watching. I think this is going to be even a good learning curve for the other coaches and even the students who are still students. If you are here, please, please support your coaches in the chat section in the live chat. They are really looking after your support right now. They are the one who has always supported you guys, and now it's your turn to gift your support back to them.
Yep. And it's also, I think, a great opportunity to discuss with your coaches in your next session, in case you notice something in the games. And you can even get back at your coaches.
That's true. That's true. Even we have some really strong players, so yeah, the kids are very good friends of the coach. Yeah. Okay, I think White is
Strategica
beautifully holding.
means strategically showing why he's maybe the best player in this tournament.
Yes.
Two
Well,
beautiful visuals.
I would really love to know their real name. Probably we are going to. There's some surprise at the end, but yeah, I would love to know their name.
I think it must be someone pretty decently strong. Rook d6 a good move, threat of rook into c6, and black allows that.
Wow.
Now, I think Strategica means needs to start berserking every game, try and win.
Probably. I mean, if they're looking to catch up on the pandemic, then they have to do it. I think he's the one who can like close on this difference that they're having right now. And a brilliant teamwork by the team pandemic. Again, if we see, as you stated earlier, right, you pointed that those are the players, who are sharing the workload together and, moving together as a team. I think that shows a lot about their preparation too.
True.
This two bishop they are very dangerous.
Yeah, they're killer.
Bishops. There's no time left now. I'm very sure. We can head to a different game, I guess. Definitely, White is going to secure a victory here. No questions we do for that.
Absolutely. But the lead of the pandemics keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Bigger and
Not
bigger. I
because of
think
any one particular person, but the entire team is winning.
yes. If you see, like this, just like one player who scored like six, probably they must be having some, some connectivity issues, if I'm not wrong. Otherwise, they would have also contributed, and the rest are also playing their part. But there are again three players who are above the margin of 30 points. If we see, one is around 30, so they all are like sharing the workload pretty well. I think that makes a lot of that's contribution from each and every teammate. On the other hand, when we compare it with the team Check and Chill, the stats are slightly different. There are top two players who are on above the margin of 30, but then the rest of them they need to now show why they stand to that team, right?
Absolutely.
Because again they are on the top two, so if these guys can do a little bit of, they can maybe just close down on the gap. But we are in the last 17 minutes again. I would love to see a game between two knights and then see who wins. Is there any game going between these guys?
I guess not amongst the top.
Yeah, right now it's not. Let's take the game of Karkar. I think he's the second best player from the team Brains Blitz Warriors. Let's try to feature their game. Not paired right now.
Can we go to the Killer Knights?
Yes, let's go to the Killer Knights. Oh, Magnus, I think we have completely missed their presence. But again, they're not even paired right now. Maze has taken a pause right now. Is this the end?
I'm
So she's
surprised.
not-
Why would Mace take a pass?
Yeah, I mean, he would have continued.
Yeah, maybe a short break.
Yeah, maybe he will come back. Dush has got a loss right now. His streak is gone. He's taking on.
Oh, Mace has gone to 53 by the way.
Oh, how? Isn't that a pause?
I don't know.
I think is it a team pause rather than a player pause? I don't know. I mean,
I doubt it. I doubt the team is taking a pause.
yeah. I mean, then how did he went on 53? That's surprising.
I think it was that game was going on,
And the
But
player took the pause in a different tab, maybe. Can that be a thing?
I doubt it.
Okay, okay. Let's take I'll take a game now. Maybe Tush. Oh, the game has just ended, and
Oh,
Saraswati has
what a
eliminated Tush.
close win by
Yeah.
a margin of 0.3 seconds.
Yes. Again, the time is speaking a lot, and I think Black was doing good with the connected passes, but the bishop was also playing a huge role in such position.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go back. Let's take the game of HP Brar. So Aradhya is playing from white. Again, she was above 30 points, if I'm not mistaken, and
Such a
HP was
good time to tune in because Black again has a beautiful tactic.
yes,
Yeah, the rook captures and the knight
right.
on e3. Yeah, capturing the bishop.
Yeah.
So
Beautifully illustrated
white,
by HP Brar.
now it's white's turn. I mean the black's turn. Black has to munch all the white pawn. So like the actual horse of this, that's gonna happen.
Yes, we certainly agree to that part, and I think the knight is looking stronger. What a fort here on pawns.
I think these are some of the first drills we learn when learning chess. You know, how taking a knight and capturing all the pawns on the way, which is there on Lichess in the learn tab, and we can see how it's also practically relevant all the way through, even when we become stronger.
Yes, every single lesson that we took at the beginner level, I think that all makes sense.
Absolutely. Here it's about finding the fastest, the most optimal route to capture all the pawns, and black needs to do it within the confines of time. So uh, that is a challenge, and black has done that quite well, and he's captured all the white pawns.
And here, white has finally resigned, and black is victorious. Yeah, so the team Killer Knights is taking some points for themselves out of this game.
Can you just like scroll down, scroll up a little?
Here,
Yeah, I think I just saw that now the position has been changed. If you can see that.
this.
Yeah, like was the check and chill were on second position, I believe.
Oh,
Now the killer
Killer
knights is on.
Knights is actually on a kill. Yes, you are right. I think the position is now changing actually for the runner-up. But look at the team Pandemic on the other side. They are on the lead. I mean, their lead is just insane. They have more than
Yeah, they're
70.
going for 300.
Yeah,
This
triple
is like the
century.
unbeatable team of Chessbrainz.
Looks like they're a fan of Sehwag. I think he's the one who scored like above 300 for 2 times in the test. So yeah. And even it reminds me of Karun Nair as well. Okay, let's try to see. Can we take some other player from this team because they are again on the second position? So I'm sure the players have divided the workload. There are 4 players or 5 players or 6 players around the margin of 30 points if we see here.
We haven't seen Prathamesh any game of him.
Of which player can you please come
Prathamesh
again?
27.
Prathamesh 27 for sure.
But he's not playing any game right now.
He's not playing, but yeah, he has played a bunch of them, I guess. Let us wait for him to get paired and we'll definitely feature him. In the meantime, yes, let us ask our viewers whom are they rooting for. So I request all the viewers to, write the name of the team you are supporting in the chat, and we would love to see the support which team is getting, the highest support here. Okay, I think we should give a time of couple of minutes. In the meantime, the audience must be responding to us. Yeah, let's keep an eye on this game itself. We are into an endgame right now. If we see between the God of and the Knight's Nightmare, as the word Knight has shown a lot of dominance today, I think we should stick with them only.
Absolutely. Knight's Nightmare. Killer Kano has also had a bit of a topsy-turvy day. We have seen some nice wins, nice checkmates, and we also seen some games where he was on the other side of things. This game, it seems the position seems a bit even, equal pieces, equal pawns, and White has a little more time. But apart from that, I don't really see any reason why Black has anything to fear here.
Yes, that's true. On the other hand, if we see the white has 3 pawn islands, but again, that can be enough to convert to create a passer along the E or F file.
Yeah, but then Black also has three pawn islands, so there also it's
Yeah.
even, and it's not so easy to create a pass pawn in this position anywhere. Like White has opportunities with the E and F pawn, but it's firmly blockaded by the Black bishop. And similarly, Black has the C and B pawn, which can be used to create a pass pawn, but
I'm just
Ruby
thinking.
was a little raw.
Oh, I was just thinking of this strategy, the small and effective. Can they go for like a mating net here, like just king coming all the way around and just something like rook d8 later?
Black can prevent it with A6, and after that,
Yeah,
there will be no way forward.
yeah. A6 is a move that will shut down the game for the white. Yeah, you're right.
This should be a draw unless someone has any intentions to flag.
Yeah, because it's an opposite bishop engine.
Yeah.
Today we are seeing all the endgames with the single pieces. We are seeing it with the rooks, with the bishops, with the queen.
Knight versus bishops.
Yeah. Like, is it a draw, sir, or like the white can win? Like, what do you think about this?
Just
I mean, this should be a draw, but Black has already made things a little bit difficult for. Oh, now he's given up
what?
everything.
Oh, I think white
Panic,
is the
panic
one
because of less time.
Yes.
Now the white is like totally winning. They can just simply promote and win the game.
Yes.
It's just a matter of cleanup. We are
Knight's
just
Nightmare
7
is the
minutes
one
away.
who berserked in this game, though.
Yes, Knight's Nightmare has berserked. Is this berserk going to cost the whole team, a disadvantage in their overall position? We need to see that.
I doubt it because I mean they have such a massive point advantage
Yes. Oh yes, they're
that
from the team pandemic. I missed that. But then my question is, can the pandemic team reach on that marker of 300, on that milestone of 300?
that remains to be seen. And one of the persons who is leading the charge towards 300 is Evil Genius, who is charging with all his pieces towards Saraswati's king.
Yes. Again, we
Knight coming to
yep.
d4.
Yeah.
All those squares around the black king, h6, f6, all of them up for grabs for the white's pieces. I'm even thinking of playing a move like bishop e1 to get the queen to f4, and Siddhant immediately plays it.
Yeah.
Queen incoming to f4.
Yes. It's a very good entrance for this queen. This maneuver can decide the result of this game.
Yeah,
On
now
the
I think
other
we're going
hand,
to see
what
beautiful checkmate.
Yes. On the other hand, what Black is trying to do is something I'm looking for. They're looking to create a passer or something, but is that enough? I think no.
No, she should have played knight d8 on the previous move. That was, I think, the only chance. Because now with queen f7, there's queen g8 checkmate and no defense.
Wait, I think this game must have given some points to the team Pandemic, and they've already closed the marker, and they have surpassed that marker of 300, and now they are on the 308, 310. I think the numbers are just for fun when it comes to them.
Yeah, and by this point, Evil Genius has also overtaken Strategica Maze to become the top scorer in today's arena.
Yes, yes, 63. I think that's again. Strategica Maze is on 58. 5 minutes are remaining, but I think Evil Genius is going to keep that lead with himself.
The
Absolutely.
pandemic team has crossed 300 points, and everyone else is still behind that.
Yeah, I mean the difference between the first team and the second team, it's around 50 points. So yeah, I think that says a lot about a team. And there are teams who haven't even reached 200 till now, so probably they must be reaching that.
For some
Stormbreakers, I think a tough day
reason,
for them.
I see that Strategica Maze didn't play as many games as some of the others, and some of the teams at the bottom they didn't play with all the 10 players, which also affected their scoring.
Ah, they are just 7. Tough deal for them. Even Crowned has only 6 players if we see.
Yes, despite having two killer scorers, Killer Gaurav and
Yeah.
Saraswati, they have only 6 players.
I was meant to be one of those.
I
But
was just
anyway.
about to say that.
Okay, then we have the team Nightmares who have around 9 players, which is a decent number. I think Tariq did not play many games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, seems
He must
so.
be having some. Yeah.
I
Evil
think,
Genius is on 68. Yeah.
yeah, I think we are sure with the first position, but can you see the second, third, and fourth team? They have somehow like around the same number of points, so anything can happen. Like anytime
Yes,
a
yes, yes.
hand, the team can turn on it.
The
Yeah,
third position can go to the second and last if all the players, collect their powers and play together. I want to see one of the games from the Check and Chill versus the Killer Knights if we can try to just see this thing.
yeah. There's Prathamesh against Strategica Maze.
Yeah, let's go for it. No questions, we do. So
And
yeah,
Prathamesh is actually winning. He has a advanced B pawn on B6, and he's up by 2 pawns.
is Mace going to get his first loss at the end of the tournament when the team needs it the most?
It certainly seems so. White advancing confidently with his king. Knight d4 check, white king can just march forward with king
Yeah,
a6.
it's already over.
And now he can actually take rook into d4
Yeah.
because after c takes d4 there will be knight b4 check.
Yes.
Rook e1 is also not a bad move. The rook intends to go to e8 followed by rook c8 check. Black trying to checkmate with rook a8 which can easily be prevented with rook d7.
Yes. Wait. The rook is just simply going to come on a7 if needed, right?
Absolutely, he'll just intercept. Meanwhile, the white pawn can advance to b7.
Yes. Preventing the rook from accessing the a8 and even c8.
Yeah, and now king a7 should, I think, take care of things.
Can they try to attack this knight and then go for something? Oh,
Oh yeah, absolutely. White has such a massive advantage that white can do a lot of different things.
we are
One
in
of
the
the
last
strategies
1 minute
people
and
do
30
in
seconds.
such arenas is to just stall when they're completely losing, which is something black can do. So white has there's a total of 1 minute 15 seconds remaining in the arena. If black's time gets more than the remaining arena time, then they can just stop making moves and they'll not lose the game.
Oh, yes. I think it's a war and everything is fair in love and war. I heard it somewhere. Maybe we might see it soon. Oh, I think Strategica Maze again. If we see, he's following the sportsman spirit and he gave a victory in the time to the deserving candidate. So a good showcase by that player. Okay, Now the Killer Knights, I think they also have a clear lead here. And yes,
Yeah, I think 1, 2, 3 is pretty clear.
1, 2, 3 is pretty clear right now. Anything for the top five, though, I think nothing much. Even the gap between the fourth position and fifth position is quite huge if you see. And from fifth to the sixth and so on.
Absolutely.
Okay. So the tournament has finally concluded, and here we have our winners with us. Srinath sir, I would like you to take on this and announce the winners and honor them.
Absolutely. So, the winner of today's Coaches Premier League is the team Pandemic, led by Evil Genius 2, who scored a total of 68 points. And they win so comprehensively with a score of 335 points and excellent contributions from a lot of other players in the team as well. Stuart Byrne also scoring 58 points. Knights Nightmare scoring 45 points there, including a crucial win that we just saw in one of the games. And Raj Patel scoring 41 points. So it's been a comprehensive total team effort. And even the 10 player Abhinaba scoring 10 points and contributing in their own way. So
Yes.
the total
Again,
team
we
effort.
see there are some female players like the Manaswini, Aradhya. Even they have given neck to neck, contribution to this victory. Is what I'm going to say, because yeah,
Absolutely. And in the second place is the team, the Killer Knights, who also played excellently. Prathamesh 27 leading the way there with 40 points. Magnus 1702 also scoring an impressive 38 points. They didn't have a massive high scorer, but they also contributed across the board with Hustler 07 scoring 23 points at number 8, which was very instrumental in them finishing in the second place.
yes. Yeah, so here's the winner, the team Pandemic and the team Killer Nightmares. Now, apart from that, the best player of the tournament is none other than Evil Genius. Strategica Mace did really well, and yeah, it was just a phenomenal tournament taking shape. Let us try to connect with our. Let's just try to connect with our winners if they are
Sure.
available. We'll try to have a word with them quickly. Coach Tanisha, how was your experience with this tournament? We would love to hear it from you as well.
Yeah, it was a very good experience to be sharing the stage with you and with Srinath sir. And congratulations to the three teams, the Pandemic, the Killer Knights, and Second Chill. Congratulations for winning the first CPS Season 1 team battle. And I believe that in the next upcoming seasons they are also going to be very much pretty exciting, and everyone will be waiting for that. And I believe next time maybe we will be playing too, right?
Yes. I hope we also join them and give some support to our team, which they haven't got. But yeah, I think I got a message from Siddhant sir, who is the best player of the tournament. He said, Abhishek, I'm going to the doctor, look after some stuff, and he was meant to take an injection. I think this injection has given them some cool adrenaline rush enough to win a victory. He must not be doing good, I guess. He must be, having maybe sick or something, but still made, his way all the way to the top. So it's quite inspiring for other coaches, for students, and it represents why he is our head coach, leading from the front.
Absolutely. Walking the talk.
Yes. Yes, so I think he's joining soon, within like a minute or so. And if I say something about this tournament, I think it was a wonderful experience, casting with you guys. Again, sharing the stage with Srinath sir is always, always an opportunity and learn good things from you, definitely. But are you going to play? Are you going to like participate in any other event in the coming days?
Nothing in the recent months, but we will be participating in the World Rapid Teams Blitz in Hong Kong this year. That will be our team MGD1 is the defending champion in Rapid. So that will be on June 16 to 22. So I'll definitely be part of the team there.
Yeah, we would be rooting for you for sure. And is there any message you would like to give to our coaches and our our students, the little ones, the champs must be looking at you for sure.
To the coaches, I'd say fantastic games today, and it's great. Firstly, I would also like to give a shout out to Chessbrainz for organizing the tournament, for providing a platform for coaches to play, to showcase their playing skills, and to have such group activities planned, which I think is a fantastic initiative for the team to bond together. And you can see by
Hello, hi.
We have the magician ready to do some magic for us.
Hey, hi guys. I was watching your stream for some time. Too good. Yeah. Hi Srinath, how are you?
hi, congratulations, Siddharth, once again.
Thank you so much. Yeah. The
But
team
I
actually played well. Yeah.
Before you go ahead, I think the team cannot win without a good leader or a good captain, right? So we have the captain Raj Patel of the team Pandemic joining with us, leading and sharing his experience.
Hi.
Hi Raj, how was your experience? How did you prepare your team so well? Oh, I think he's having some disruption. Well, Siddhant sir, what was the magic? You told me you are a bit sick and you still made others sick with your games? Isn't that the case?
The start wasn't good again. Usually I don't have a good start, but the finish is what really matters. But I was looking, all the team members like of our team were really playing good. Each and every player has contributed equally. If you see, that's the reason there is a difference between first and second, because even the second team which came, they were playing amazing. I believe there was some guy Maze, he was too good, but the other players might have not contributed enough. But here the case was the team was really contributing a lot, and captain had a lot of energy to put in each and every day. We were having some other activities, so hats off, yeah, Raj, that was really amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, first of all,
Yes.
hi Srinath sir, hi Abhishek, hi
Hi.
Tanisha.
Congratulations.
Hi.
All
Siddharth.
right.
Yeah, Siddhant, like you showed, like you are the best one from the very beginning. Yeah, really interesting. Yeah, all player, I think they contributed really well. I think this was also my first team battle, so really enjoyed. So yeah,
It was
Srinath,
not-
how's the name Pandemic? How's the name
That's a
Pandemic?
lovely name.
Yeah, actually,
yeah, that was Siddhant sir's suggestion, pandemic.
it's a little fun. I mean, to spread infection, start from move E4.
Wait. I was also the captain of my team, and I would really like to take some insights from Raj because it was not the first tournament of you, but all the players, all the captains who were here around with us. So can you share like what did you do as a captain which contributed the overall positioning of your team? We would love to get some leadership skills from you.
Yeah, it's not very not something very extraordinary, I must say. But a few key things were like we have already played like individual tournament, team battle. I think this was new for us, for every one of us. So yeah, I think the strategy was very clear. The ones who are very confident go with the berserk, and the one who are some players had an issue like they cannot play 3+0, they cannot play 1+0 format, so they can just stick to 3+0 and at least try to hold on the game. So I think not very complicated, very simple and short strategy. And I think participation from everybody was the main thing. Like everybody really participated well. Nobody left the tournament, and I think we had like something 5 or 6 tournament practices. So we practiced earlier also among our team members, so that actually helped us a lot. So yeah.
And a special shout out to Abhishek, because at the last moment, Rajesh internet damaged, and this was all planned. At the end, Abhishek was not gonna stream; he was gonna seriously play. But again, he stood up for the company first. I mean, rather than as a player. But definitely next time, Abhishek, I hope this should not be the case and you'll get a chance to play properly.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to contribute it in this event some or the other way. I think I did my part and I'm okay whatever with I did. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this event, and a huge congratulations and a shout out to the team Pandemic, the leader, the best player, the second team which made throughout the team Killer Knights. We congratulate to all the winners and champions and the participants, because even just joining and giving that hour on a weekend is again a very big thing for the coaches too, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Srinath sir, Coach Tanisha, for tuning in, sharing your expertise with us. Uh, that's it for the day. I think it's time to
Yeah.
say goodbye, viewers. If you have liked our work, hit the stream, hit the like on the stream as well. Swipe right. You're getting the hype button. Click on that too. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and keep showing your support so we can bring such more events to you guys in the coming time. Take care till then. Bye and have a really really good
Thank you
time.
so much, and
Thank you. Bye.